Horns on the Bucks. If you ever never thought about what that means, those horns on the buck, when it comes ramming straight in through you, you're in a lot of trouble. All four sports claiming the possible champions from the East Coast. Let's take a look at the Milwaukee Bucks season preview. Lot of X's and O's on this team. Great scouting personnel, great coaching. Let me tell you, the offseason that they had has prepared them to be the top team in the Eastern Conference. Let's go through the X's. We obviously know one of the top players in the NBA, top four, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Greek Freak comes in last year, MVP again. I call James Harden that as well, but you know he was the MVP. Giannis comes in, has improved his 3-point shot from a preseason perspective. Just a killer on all ends of the court. A consummate staple as a work hard energy player plus a skill player who gets better every year. You gotta love Giannis. Where he goes, they go. But they added some pieces to help out with that dominion. Let's get into the next X. Chris Middleton, the unsung X, right? The second factor here on the Milwaukee Bucks. He has to score. One of the better one-on-one players in the league. He comes back, potentially making some ways and improved in some ways on his 3-point shot for a higher percentage, even though he had a high percentage last year. Chris Middleton comes back as a second scorer. Now, where do you go here for the third X? I don't know if we're going to get a third X because it's a depleted Eric Bledsoe. Maybe Eric Bledsoe 6 years ago on the Phoenix Suns could have been. However, this team doesn't need it. They have an assortment of improvements that I'm going to mention. And I'm going to say this, and you're going to get angry, folks. I think Brook Lopez is actually the third X on this team. What an improvement he's had. They got a team of consummate hard workers, and I love the Bucks franchise and what they've done in this small market. Brook Lopez now has a 3-point shot. He's lost a little bit of his inside game that I love so much, but he's also going to be a key factor and could be part of that big three, a borderline all-star this year for the squad. He also brought along somebody, I'm just going to get to it now. You see, brought his brother in from the Chicago Bulls to add into some defense for this team. So you got two 7-footer twins on this team to be hell monsters. Obviously, Robin is more focused on defense than Brook is on offense. If they were both combined, they'd probably be top 15 center in the NBA. And that is in the last decade. That said, I like what I see from this team, and those three alone puts them into the playoff hunt. Now, let's look at the little small pieces that they had on, sleeping on people. People weren't looking. First of all, they get Dante DiVincenzo healthy. Big draft pick from Villanova. Great handles, great leaping ability. We're going to see great things from Dante. Don't sleep on the kid. Amazing talent. I saw him in the summertime in preseason. I had a rant rage for him when he was drafted. We shall see big things from Dante DiVincenzo. Don't be surprised if he's an MIP type player for this team. Next up, go ahead and steal one of the better backup point guards in the league. Frank Mason Jr. comes in and now solidifies the backup point guard role with Eric Bledsoe. Then they also have Mr. George Hill from a defensive perspective if you need that. He's a little bit older. But man, what a great pickup for the Milwaukee Bucks and getting Frank Mason Jr. That's a steal. I thought they were done, but no. Wes Matthews, I said, oh, he's going back to Indiana. No, Wes wants a championship. They had another scoring hit with Wes Matthews to help out with Chris Middleton off the bench. Don't be surprised if you see Wes end up being the 6th man of the year this year. You heard it here first. What great pickups for this team. I love it. I love the makings of this team. They have everything that they need. Now, you want some more work? Yeah, my voice is getting loud, higher and lower. DJ Wilson, you had it on. You also got Cameron Reynolds, okay, another big long guy. More long guys. Let's keep going. What about Sterling Brown, defensive edge? And how about Greek Freak's brother, another athletic freak, and Giannis Antetokounmpo finally getting an NBA chance? These three here will be defensive anchors playing 4 to 5 minute sprints per game. They're going to be critical to guarding the best guys on the other side of the floor. And I think this is an amazing assortment of defensive players that they picked up. I'm excited to see what we get from these guys. Now, let's get into the key factors that'll make a difference. Hey, Kyle Korver, hey Ersan Ilyasova, and hey Pat Connaughton. These three will be the 3-point gunners that I'm expecting them to be, and they have been throughout their careers. Great job again by this team. They got the drivers who can get inside, and Mason and Bledsoe barring any injuries, and then they got Connaughton and Ilyasova with Korver that can shoot your lights out. This is exciting, especially with a guy that likes to drive down the lane and pass it out. He has a lot of weapons to choose from. 4 already that are potential could be in the 3-point contest. That's a scary lineup and a scary thing to see. I feel sorry for a lot of offenses on the east side. Let's not stop there. How about adding a talent that hasn't proven himself with Phoenix? They gave up on him, but was a high draft pick. Can Dragon Bender get some minutes on his team and do something different for his career? Maybe showcase what he was in Europe? Another stretch 4? Hey, it's going to be exciting to see at 7'1", 225. That's a great spot for him to be picked up. He's getting minutes. So, again, another nice pickup for the Milwaukee Bucks. When I think of improvement, it would have to be a surefire all-star for them to make a trade for. Other than that, I would keep the squad as is. Great lineup there. I would also have added Trevon Duval as a backup just cause, right? And throw him in the G League. Like a couple of guys going to go there. I think Braylon Tucker is. But again, nice team. Probably the best assorted team in the East. I'm excited what we see from the Bucks. They've improved in every single way this offseason, and they are, barring any injury, the favorites to win the East. All 4 Sports sign off. I just went through it. Season preview for the Milwaukee Bucks. We finally get what those horns mean. It's showing this year. Get out my way. Antler dust. Peace.